All right, I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order and ask for roll call, please.
Veranda,
Here.
Castroville,
Here.
County of Monterey,
Here.
Delray Oaks,
Here.
Marina Coast,
Here.
Monterey,
Here.
Pacific Grove, Salinas,
Here.
Sand City,
Here.
Seaside.
Here.
Beautiful. And with that, I will ask James to kick us off with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Play ball. 'Tis the season. Number 4, additions to agenda. None. All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and move to approval of agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. We'll take it out to the public. Anybody in the public wish to speak on additions to the agenda?
For non-agenda items?
Nope, this is
Not
for
yet.
adding things to the agenda. Okay, with that, bring it back to the board for motion and approval. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. With that, we'll move now to public comments. So this is for non-agendized items. We'll go ahead and open it up and give folks 3 minutes.
Hi, I'm Matt Denicourt, and I live at 50 Coral Street in Pacific Grove, and I'm here to talk about the initial study for moving the Coral Street pump project. First of all, I wanted to thank you guys for the work that you do, because I know you do important stuff here. And I want to also thank you for bringing our neighborhood together, because now we really have come together over this project, because we don't think it's in the right spot. Just a note on the process. I think we got a 30-day notice, and in a neighborhood that has a large percentage of absentee owners and part-time residents, it was a little difficult. A lot of us did not get the notice until a week ago. So we don't deny that this project is very much needed. I think the fear is that when the electrical components are moved, which is the proposal now, is that the rest of the pump station will eventually move, because it's in kind of a perilous place where it is now. And I don't think anybody wants that component in their neighborhood. In June 2020, the Pacific Grove Shoreline Management Plan addressed moving both components to Esplanade Park. And 81% of the people that responded approved with that site. The Esplanade site impacts fewer houses, and it's much lower price, $5 million less than the proposed site now, which is at the Pacific Grove Golf Course. $5 million is a lot of money. I don't know if you guys can pay people out, but $5 million spread around the neighborhood might make people more accepting of that project. And we're not quite sure the project now, where it's sited, it's only about 4 feet tall, and we're not sure why it now has become a 2.5-story building. It doesn't seem to be addressed anywhere about undergrounding it, which would probably get rid of a lot of the complaints, because a lot of the complaints are visual. Coral Street, the city of Pacific Grove has in their maps of climate change in the year 2100, they predict that Coral Street will have occasional flooding. The Esplanade site does not have that risk. There are many better sites. The Monterey Water site currently near the Foghorn off the second tee or second fairway, near the corner of Asilomar and Lighthouse, all great sites. I know you guys have a lot of projects, and you got a lot of neighbors coming up, and being NIMBY, don't put it in my backyard. Well, there's a simple solution. Don't put stuff in people's backyards. Thank you.
Just as a quick heads up for folks, and we won't engage in too much discussion on this because it's not on the agenda, but just so that everybody knows, this is it's currently an environmental review, and the public comment period closes November 4th. So we'll still take public comments up till then, but there's no action for the board at this point, probably until the new year. And then I know it goes to the city council in Pacific Grove as well. So there'll be plenty of opportunities to provide additional public comment. So thank you for your comments today. Anybody else? And I will say too, I don't know how much the board even fully knows what's going on here with all the detail, because it hasn't really came to the board yet. So there's not much context for us here, but that's when it'll come back to us for motion and deliberation. You can pull that down. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Deborah Rappa. I live at 1152 Crest Avenue, and my parents bought this house in 1953. I was raised in this house. It's my house now, and it overlooks the golf course. There's 3 bay windows. I look at all the wildlife. I open the doors, I smell the air. This thing is going to be smack dab in every one of my windows, whether I'm sitting in chair 1 or chair 3 or the couch. And I know it's going to affect the golfers, and the construction's going to be horrible, constant noise. And I don't know, later on down the road, they're going to put in the water pump and there's going to be humming and buzzing and odor. And I'm opposed to it. And I'm hoping they find another solution. Someplace even deeper in the golf course where I could see it's this big instead of 2 and 3 stories high in my front door. So I thank you very much for listening to me. We'll see how it goes. I know you can't comment. Okay.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Hi, my name is Jessica Denacor, and I live at 50 Coral Street in Pacific Grove. And I'm also here just to provide a couple comments in opposition of the proposed relocation of the Coral Street pump station. I'm going to skip a couple of these, realizing climate change is coming and we do need to do something about it. But I believe that the chosen location within the report is not the best or the most responsible solution. If you read the draft initial study, the recommendation was alternative 5, relocating the entire pump station, including electrical and mechanical systems, to Esplanade Park, and it was identified there as the best overall solution. The report stated it provided superior reliability, survivability, safety, operations, and maintenance compared to the other options. But due to concerns raised by some neighbors and the city of Pacific Grove, this option was labeled as not feasible. Instead, the other alternative, 4B, at the golf course was recommended, even though it costs twice as much, from $5 million to $10 million, with less scope, offers lower survivability and safety, and has the same or greater long-term neighborhood impacts such as noise, air, and quality, and aesthetics. I urge Monterey 1 to relocate, to reconsider alternatives, relocating it further up in Esplanade Park, looking at other areas in the cemetery near the golf course, tucked away, or even harden the existing site. In short, I think we all understand that that infrastructure needs to be upgraded and secured, but we ask that looking at a solution that is safer, smarter, and more sustainable for the community. Thanks.
Thank you. Any last public commenters? Okay, I know we have one person online, so we'll go ahead and go to that person.
Go ahead, Lilas. And you are muted.
Hi, this is Lila Selden. Thank you for your attention and your time and all the work you do. My public comment is to state our opposition of the Coral Street Pump Station electrical relocation project. My husband and I have been residents in Pacific Grove Beach Tract for over 30 years. We bought our house from the Rappas and who just presented. We are active senior volunteers in our beloved neighborhood and community. We agree with the letters and comments from our many neighbors submitted to Monterey 1. We all oppose Coral Street Pump Station relocation project. Our concerns are also of air quality, noise, light, pollution from the transformer, diesel generator, and from construction, traffic, and maintenance vehicles. Additionally, our fragile and unique wildlife and their habitats, trees, vegetation will be negatively impacted and disturbed at this proposed project location. We always observe in this area our wildlife, and they include great horned owl, deer, flocks of Canadian geese, herons, hawks, and swallows. We are aware how the sea level rise will affect not only the electrical components, but also the pumps and motors at the current Ocean View underground site, and eventually will have to be relocated. We do support alternative sites which can meet Monterey 1 goals now and that are acceptable to residents. Brendan Doyle's site suggestions of the old Foghorn Yard looks promising, in addition to a site near the NOAA building. And there are other locations that would be longer distances away from housing, minimize the smell and the noise to the residents. The Foghorn site is even closer to the current pump station than the Coral Street project. The Esplanade site also looks promising. We moved to our home because of the beauty, clean, and healthy environment. We didn't anticipate this dramatic and possible negative change to our whole neighborhood. We really hope you all consider our concerns, revise your proposal, and we look forward to upcoming meetings with this project on the agenda. Thank you again.
Thank you. Okay, we'll go ahead and close public comment. Just want to thank everybody that came and shared their public comment with us today. And again, this will be coming back on our agenda in the new year, so I would just recommend keeping an eye out for that. So thank you all. All right. With that, we'll go to consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Second. Been moved and seconded. We'll open up for public comment. Anybody in the public wish to speak on this item? All right, seeing none, we'll bring it back to the board for action. Any last minute comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. With that, we'll move to item 8, committee reports. Being that both meetings were canceled, there's no action for us here. Item 9 is action items. A is to consider approval of a contract amendment with Brown and Caldwell for outfall improvement projects for the Monterey Peninsula Water Supply Project and not to exceed amount of $1,364,262. And Bob, are you gonna
Yes.
lead us off here?
Yes, yes.
Okay, off to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. Bob Holden, Principal Engineer. So the board approved the outfall capacity negotiation, cooperation, and funding agreement with California American Water Company in September of 2023 to help CalAm see if they can discharge their Monterey Peninsula Water Supply Project brine into our outfall. There are two parts to that agreement. Last month, you approved a contract amendment for the NPDES permit part of the project. This month, I'm bringing to you an amendment for the design part of that project. This amendment will provide 100% design for a project to move AT&T's telephone and fiber optic cables that come into our treatment plant before the other work is done. This is something new that we discovered during the 60% design that it was going to be needed. So that's sort of an added scope of work. This amendment also includes going up to the 90% design for the onshore part of the work, which includes the brine mixing structure, lining the outfall from our treatment plant to the ocean, and then gasket seal replacement within the first 2,000 feet of the ocean. And then it also includes a 90% design for the offshore part of the work, the diffusers and gate work. So this amendment has no physical impact on M1W. Cal-Am initially provided us with a $750,000 deposit stipulated in the agreement. When it gets below 200,000, then we ask them for more money and they provide it. They've replenished that amount twice already, and we're in the process of getting ready to ask for a third amount. So no funds come from the Monterey One Water General Fund. Again, it's all from Cal-Am for the consultants and the staff. So I asked the board to approve a contract amendment with Brown and Caldwell for outfall improvement projects for the Monterey Peninsula Water Supply Project in the not to exceed amount of $1,364,262 for a total contract amount of $2,820,773. And I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions? All right. Seeing none, we'll take it out to the public. Anybody in the public wish to speak on this item? All right. Seeing none, we'll bring it back to the board for motion and deliberation. Approval. It's been moved and seconded. Any other discussion? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and do a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. With that, we'll go to staff reports.
Thank you, Chair. Just a couple quick things. And I don't know if I'm going to give intros and let other staff members talk about things, but Monterey One Water was again awarded the Utility of the Future Award at WEFTEC. I think Matt will take that in a little bit. I wanted to say thank you to everyone that attended the ribbon cutting, and sorry for those of you that couldn't make it on October 2nd. And Rachel's going to give a brief update on that in a second. Rachel, can you also talk about the employee celebration when we get to that point? I had the opportunity to speak at a couple different things. One was at the U.S.-Saudi Water Summit in Silicon Valley. It was put on by Global Water International, and the Saudis had been in the U.S. for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and had gone throughout the United States to see different aspects of water reuse and desal specifically. So I had the opportunity to go talk about reuse, not just here at Monterey One Water, but in the state and in the country. I think, Bob talked about our permit that was approved on October 9th. I did head down to Santa Barbara to attend the Central Coast Regional Water Quality Control Board meeting where they considered the permit. It was good. It was great to be there again, as well as answer some of the questions that came out on the pure water permit. Also had the opportunity, it's been, I guess, a lot of just talking here, to speak at the International Desal and Reuse Association Water and Climate Summit. It's in conjunction with the Water Reuse Association in Washington, D.C. I'm on the board of directors of that. So spoke on a plenary panel as well as a technical session, and was somewhat surprised at the awards dinner when we, Monterey One, were given an award for, what is this for again? Water resilient entity, but it had to do with energy use as well, or energy water nexus. Anyway, it was sort of a neat experience just being put up against projects and entities throughout the world and walking away with this. And then lastly, last week we had the opportunity, Tyler was there, to host Senator Laird. He was unable to make the ribbon cutting as well, so he came out last week and we showed him some video and pictures of the ribbon cutting. We went to the facility and he spent probably an hour and a half with us. And then lastly, a little sad note here. Some of you may remember the name Professor Dick Luthi up at Stanford. He had done some research, not just on Monterey One water, but just water resources in the Monterey Peninsula and Salinas Valley. Published a paper in conjunction with Professor Luthi and one of his grad students. He unfortunately passed away October 6th. And then with that, not on the sad note or anything, but pass it over to Rachel.
Thank you, Paul. So I'm going to continue the theme of gratitude and just really thank everybody for joining us to celebrate the Pure Water Monterey ribbon cut, or the expansion of Pure Water Monterey and the ribbon cutting that marks a significant milestone for this agency, and is a direct reflection of the work and the guidance that you all have provided over the years to get us to this point. I'd also like to extend huge thanks to Tammy and her team, Jose Guzman and Daryl Harris. They really helped our small but mighty team, myself, Michelle Baumgartner, and Erica Parker, in setting up, beautifying the plant. It looks good every day. I mean, if you were to go to a wastewater treatment plant on any day of the year, ours blows away many others. But really just putting all the extra special touches on that significant day for our agency to reflect the milestone and the purity of the water that we are producing and injecting into the Seaside groundwater basin. So big thanks to all of them. In addition to the ribbon cutting, on that following Saturday, we hosted about 150 members of the public. It was rapid fire tours. So every 20 minutes, we started a new tour, going from 11 to 2. So we brought 150 people through in just 3 hours, showcased the facility, and had Nico's ice cream again. So a really fun day, a lot of positive feedback. And then that Monday, we celebrated our staff. So in addition to all of you and your guidance, the team who made the expansion possible, and everybody at this agency. And as part of that, just in the full theme of the event, we celebrated the 90s. I hope you got to, in the email Paul sent out on Friday, view the slideshow of the event and some of the fun moments, including the surprise that helped us say bye, or is helping to say bye to the CDO. And then staying in that 90s theme and the progress we've made for the Monterey Peninsula since the 90s. We did some 90s trivia, and the winning team at the staff event got to pour iced recycled water on Paul and Tammy and Tyler. So it was a really fun event. Thank you, Tyler, for joining and letting our winning team pour ice water on you. And I think actually we have some wonderful videos of it that were not included in the slideshow and playlist that we sent you on Friday.
But don't ask for it.
So if you refresh that link tomorrow, I think we'll upload one of those videos for all of you to get to experience that with the staff. It was pretty fun. Tammy, how'd that feel?
Uh-oh. How did you feel after all that, though?
Really great sports and just
Refreshing.
a fun moment for the staff after all that hard work.
I can tell the difference between the recycled water and regular.
It was
Is that what stood out?
yeah.
I actually was taunting Paul while I was up talking to staff, and then Paul kind of gave it back to me, which is how I ended up in the fold, because there was no plan for me to have ice water dumped on me, and I drove home wet.
I
And
just wanted
somehow-
to be inclusive.
I was trying to get Dave Stolt to go up, and then he snuck away before we even got there. So he did. He ran. And Mike.
Mike.
Yeah.
This is the kind of report that needs a presentation. Showing a video presentation of this era. I'm really
Oh, my-
disappointed. I'm the rest of the board is.
It just begs you eating more, wanting more.
I must say, Chair Williamson, I am so glad my term was up last year.
Oh man. Yeah, it was good times.
Well,
And
thank
really
you.
appreciative of staff. So
Thank you. And thank you all for joining us. And there was a team I left out of my thanks because I'm going to use this as an opportunity to kick it over into engineering and continue this thread as we recognize the expansion.
Thanks, Rachel. Good evening, folks. I'm your Director of Engineering, Matt Thompson. Just wanted to report that in early October, I had the privilege to attend the Water Environment Federation Technical Exhibition and Conference in Chicago.
Need a few more words in there.
Yeah, we call it WEFTech.
Okay.
WEFTech, all right?
I've never heard the whole name before. I always known it as a left tech.
Yeah, it's the largest conference of its kind in the world with over 20,000 people in attendance. So it's a great time efficient way to learn about the latest technology and wastewater treatment and water recycling. But as a part of the conference, Monterey One Water was presented with the Utility of the Future Award. They sent us home with a flag that will fly at the regional treatment plant. We were particularly recognized for partnering and community engagement. So,
Awesome.
Second item that I wanted to highlight, recall that about 10 months ago at this time, we hired the engineering firm Black & Veatch to guide us through the preparation of a master plan for the future comprehensive upgrade of the regional treatment plant. We had a big workshop last week where we dove into the details of multiple feasible alternative treatment trains to modern treatment trains to replace the aging regional treatment plant. We're getting close to being able to present that to you, so I look forward to being able to present that to you in the new year. And then finally, we are getting into the commissioning of the food waste receiving station at the regional treatment plant. This will enable us to receive food waste and co-digest it in our anaerobic digesters with sludge, which will boost the production of biogas and is a big part of our renewable energy future. We're working out the bugs in the system now, but trucks have been rolling into the regional treatment plant with the food waste slurry. And we hope to have a celebration, another smaller ribbon cutting ceremony, likely in early December. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Could you just give I'm not sure who best to do this, Matt or Paul, an update on where we're at with Pure Water Monterey? I believe last week we went online, but if just.
Yeah, actually, Tammy, can you do that?
Yes, so we basically have increased our production and we are in a 30-day test. So we had actually engineering and agreed a substantial completion. And after substantial completion, then you go right into a 30-day test. And so we're day 5 into the 30-day test. And so you basically want to run it as hard as you can. So you're testing the new engine, so to speak. And so I believe today we were up to 6 MGD, and our goal is to, go several times up to 7. And we did have some challenges. PG&E was giving us some, how do I describe it? Energy,
Dirty power.
dirty power. There's no other way to describe it. Dirty power. So we went offline and we had people there at 4 a.m. The weekend trying to figure it out, and then they came in today and finished working on it, but we were able to ramp up to this 6 MGD. So yeah, it's very important that we receive clean power from PG&E as to not knock any of our components offline. But we're all excited, and we're taking 2 MGD of Pond 3 pond water so we can have enough to increase the production at AWPF. So the team is doing extremely well, and the components, knock on wood, thus far, but we've got 30 days to finish the test.
Awesome. Thanks for that. Did you have anything else, Tammy? He was going to pass it to you before.
No, well, I always say how great our team is, and
Everyone already said that.
yeah, and so everybody already said that, and we're working with Lawrence as far as our budget. This is the earliest we've ever done development of next year's fiscal year budget, so working with that, and just trying to keep the home fires burning, so to speak. But thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for the updates. Oh, one more.
Couple more. So first off, you may remember we have that EPA grant to upgrade our SCADA system. I'm happy to announce we release the RFP. We did get responses, and we will be moving forward with the chosen firm, Soap Engineering. I think they're based out of Texas. It came in substantially lower than we were anticipating. So it's under Paul's signing authority, so we don't have to bring an item to you, but just wanted to keep you guys abreast of that situation. Project will be completed between March and June of next year. And then one other item, on October 9th, we participated in the Central Coast IT Leadership Collaborative. It was a regional cybersecurity tabletop exercise. There were over 40 participants, city leaders, county leaders, law enforcement, emergency managers, utilities. So it was just a way to kind of run through an exercise if there was a regional attack of some sort that impacted all of our operations. So it was a resounding success, and we're going to be doing it again sometime in 2026. And I just want to do a special thanks to the city of Carmel and Joel, who kind of coordinated the efforts. And then from our team, we had Henry Woolard and Russell Hammersmith represent us. So it was really good to have a utility there to kind of discuss some of those operational technology issues that maybe the cities don't always have to deal with. And that's all I have.
Awesome. Thank you for that. All right. And with that, we will go to board member comments, reports. Anybody have an update, please?
Just one quick one. As most directors know, I've been beating a drum for a couple of years about, in particular, cybersecurity and also physical security issues. So I just want to say I appreciated Paul being willing to meet with me and Rem and talk about cooperation across that interface of cybersecurity and so forth, because we do have connections that are pretty important. And I think they listened to my concerns and will see future improvements, and I'm glad to hear about your cybersecurity tabletop. So that was excellent. Thank you.
So anybody else? I will take the opportunity to thank staff. It's been a while since I've given some gratitude or love, and I think that the award received at this conference, and then the flag that was received at Matt's conference, is, I think, just further testament to all the great work that's happening. And I'm just super impressed by how successful we were in completing our goals for the expansion project. I'm always nervous about large scale public projects like this, and to see it go through so smoothly, it's just a testament to a lot of the work that's being done behind the scenes to make it happen. And then the ribbon cutting was an amazing event. I've heard from a lot of people that it was the best ribbon cutting that they've ever been to. And who was I saying that to last week? And their response was, well, it's kind of a low bar to me, which is true. But it's just true. But we did it. We did it. And so many kudos to the entire team for all the work that everybody put into, despite some of the challenges that we had when this conversation started. So lots of love and gratitude to everybody. All right. With that, we will take public comment on closed session agenda items. We have 4 items. 13A is matter of potential threat to security of essential public services. Item B is conference of legal counsel, significant exposure to litigation. C is public employee performance evaluation for the executive officer. And D is conference of labor negotiators. Anybody in the public wish to speak on any of those items? All right, seeing none, we'll bring it back to the board. And with that, we'll go ahead and adjourn to closed session. Thank you, everybody. Efficiency.
First off, it's Frank.
Was that satisfying?
Meeting's in progress. It's 8:25. The board has adjourned from closed session. Chairman Williamson, I'll turn it
Meeting
over to you.
adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. I hope no one already trading off sister cities.